And so on a gray, cool day that feels more like October than June, the Red Sox and the Yankees go at it again inside Yankee Stadium. The Yankee fans pumped up for the Rocket-Pedro duel. Take two inside the stadium. Looking at the standings after last night's Red Sox victory 5-3, Joe Torre's team finds themselves joined by the Red Sox in first place. Pedro Martinez, well, the last time out against the Yankees, brilliant, doesn't even cut it. A complete game 4-hitter. He faces Roger Clemens again today. Brilliant in his own right, a complete game 5-hitter 17 days ago. And a look at those numbers. 9 innings for each. The 9 strikeouts for Pedro. He was dominant with 89 strikes out of the 128 pitches. But Roger, in some people's minds, was even better. 13 strikeouts. Maybe the only mistake made the entire day was the 2-run homer that he allowed to Trot Nixon, who is back in the lineup today. So these two teams are in first place, and we go at it again, hoping for more of the same that we saw on May 28th. He has Jose Offerman back. Offerman having missed 3 games because of a groin strain. He was out, but he's back in and 5 for 11 since they got him back. Jeff Fry at second base. Nomar Garciaparra, of course, one of the game's great stars at shortstop. Carl Everett, though, has made a tremendous difference for Boston already with 21 home runs hit. All of last season, the Red Sox center fielders combined to hit 7 homers with 59 runs batted in. He's already hit 21 with 60. Brian Daubach is the designated hitter with Darren Lewis in left field. Jason Varitek emerging as one of the best catchers in baseball today. Hits out of the 8th spot. And young Wilton Veras takes over at third base. He'll be playing regularly for Jimmy Williams because of the injury to John Valentin, who is out for the year. If there's a little psych job going on there.
Maybe.
Waiting to come on out to pitch and making the Red Sox cool their heels. His last couple of outings since that gem he pitched against Pedro, well, obviously they did not go very well. In fact, in that game against the Mets on Friday, he allowed a grand slam to Mike Piazza, gave up 9 runs in the worst outing of his career. So 10 innings total, 6 speed. That one right at Ricky Leday for out number 1. Needs him in there. And there's a liner into right field for a base hit. So he continues to cook against the Rocket. That's the first hit of the ball game. Garciaparra on deck. Fry runs. And that's ball 4. Well, in that classic pitcher's duel with Pedro Martinez.
All those butterflies, they want to unload the ball.
Check swing to the offer. He did not. And it's ball 4. He's walked 2 in a row. So the bases are loaded for Boston. The bases are jammed. And he popped it up. The infield fly in effect. And Knobloch to make the catch for out number 2. A huge out there for Roger Clemens, who clearly was struggling. So Daubach with a new bat. The 3-2 again. And he popped him up. He's going to get out of the jam. Brocious on the left side makes the catch. And the Red Sox leave them loaded in the first as Rocket passes the first test. No score. Have Chuck Knobloch back at the top after an injury to his left forearm. He had a cortisone shot a couple of days ago. He was in there last night, went 1 for 4. Jeter hitting .339 right behind him. Then Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, Tito Martinez, who's driven in 32. Jorge Posada, a .326 hitter, having an outstanding year. He's hit a dozen home runs. Leday is in left. Spencer, the designated hitter, and Scott Brocious, the Gold Glove third baseman.
Pedro Martinez, the most dominating pitcher in the game right now, with all due respect to Randy Johnson. Has the great fastball. 60 times he struck out 10 plus in a game. Always matched up against the oppositional's ace. 45 hits and 85 innings pitched. That's flat out unbelievable. Look at the 16 base on balls. If you combine that with the hits, you're still looking at 61 against 85. Tom Seaver always told me if you add your hits and...
The 1-2 pitch and raked into the corner by Knobloch. And up against the fence. He digs into second base with a stand-up double.
With a slider and a changeup.
A wave and a miss, and he struck him out. Inside and outside with the soft breaking ball for his first strikeout. And last year when he had that extra day, he was 13-1. That one hit softly. Great stab by Fry, and that's going to save a run, at least for now. It'll be an infield hit for Paul O'Neill, but no RBI thanks to the effort by Jeff Fry at second base. Knobloch had to hold up at third. One down. That one gets underneath Varitek, and a run will score. Knobloch. Or did it hit him? It did. It got him. That hit him, and it glanced off him. So they're going to send Knobloch back to third base. A hit batsman as again he tried to come inside, but too far, and that loads up the bases.
Well, that part of the strike zone.
Tito really starting to drive the ball after a very quiet first couple of months, but he goes down on 3 pitches. The 3-2, and where did that miss? It is ball 4. Oh, so close. Pedro is disgusted. He thought he had strike 3. But the walk to Posada forces in Knobloch, and the Yankees lead it 1-0. The possibility of Sammy Sosa becoming a Yankee just yesterday. He pops that one up. And in comes Veras, the third baseman, on the mound right on top of that hill. So they do leave him loaded. But the Yankees get a run on ball 4. And it's 1-0 New York. That is not Roger Clemens. That is Ramiro Mendoza. Obviously something wrong with Roger, who has to leave the game after 1 inning, 1 hit. He walks 2. He did not have command, loaded the bases, got out of it, Ray, but something's wrong with him. 58 hours. The Cubs may or may not be ready to deal him as this fly goes right to Bernie Williams for out number 1. His defensive play in right field. Don Baylor came out in spring training, said he wanted Sammy to steal a lot more bases. Varitek with a hard 2-hopper to Knobloch, and there were 2 down in the second inning.
Really?
Broke his bat on that one. Nub to Knobloch, who gets rid of it in a hurry. No throwing difficulty there for Chuck Knobloch, as the Red Sox are retired 1-2-3. So good start for Mendoza.
To be a pitcher.
Get up the middle, a range play there for Garciaparra, and he guns him out. Nice spin move by Nomar for out number 1.
Behind your back.
Garciaparra behind second, swings it over there to retire Brocious. 2 good rangy plays here by the all-star shortstop. Fingernail. Swing and a miss, and he got him for strike 3. Must give him some extra command, being able to hold on to that ball a little bit longer, and he did it to whip Knobloch. 1-0 New York. Then any major league team except the New York Yankees, and that's ball 4. He saw nothing to hit. Martinez has not been ultra sharp. Another broken bat. Jeter shovels, and that's the only play they get. On the force play, he got it to Knobloch. 1 man out.
Score on the double.
He is running, and it's raked into right, but O'Neill will make the sliding on the knees catch. No double play, but a fine grab out there by Paul O'Neill. Mar, who walked his first trip, goes after the first pitch and hits it to Jeter, and that's all for Boston. They get a man on, but strand him. They're in the middle of the 3rd inning in the Bronx, still 1-0 the Yankees.
But you can't pitch to him.
I was about to say the best laid plans, but that one's on the inside corner for called strike 3. Jeter not terribly fond of the call, but Pedro snuck one on the inside corner to whip him for the 2nd time.
And what? And
he has the temperament to be a touring tennis pro too, doesn't he? Lunging after that one, and Garciaparra cannot reach it. Some pretty good hitting by Paul O'Neill, lunging down to get his 2nd single of the game, just out of Nomar's reach. Close play, got him. O'Neill didn't get back. He did not slide. And he wants to argue this one.
Play. O'Neill questioning a little bit, taking a little exception to it.
It's softly to Fry, the second baseman, and as it turns out, Martinez faces only 3 Yankees in the 3rd. Carl Everett, the leading home run hitter of the Red Sox, will lead off the inning. 1-0 the Yankees.